North Country Outdoors Radio.
Hey, hi everybody, Kurt Quinnell back on Lake of the Woods. I know it's been a while, but I hit a busy patch in June and really fishing has been great. But now we're heading right for the 4th of July weekends coming up. And as far as fishing around the lake, I've got really good news for everybody. Whether you like to pull spinners up shallow or jig them up or troll, everything's coming into play now. I've seen many boats out trolling here in the last week, I suppose, more and more every day. Jigging is still, I would say, the thing that I would go to first. But like I said, if you're a spinner puller and you love to do that, you're really going to have an opportunity. Now, it has been windy for the last 3 weeks, but you know, every day it's been not too windy. We've had about perfect wind for fishing that you'd ever want to have. Today, the lake is laying pretty flat, so we're going to see what difference that can make. So everyone who fishes Lake of the Woods knows you want a little wind, all right, but you got to be careful what you ask for. So we're just got the lines in the water here this morning. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we've got a good show for you today, so stick around. North Country Outdoors videos here. Thanks for watching. Just sitting here wondering if we're going to catch any fish, all right, and then that deal just came right underneath the boat. And if you've never looked at a depth finder before, that's a fish. This is the bottom, all right? Top of where's there, and anything in between is a fish. There's another one, but that's suspended. That's 10 or 12 feet up off the bottom. So that's really not in play right now, but that's what we're after right there. Yeah. First one of the day is coming in. Not unusual. It's a sauger. I know that guy by name. We've caught a million of those that size. Yeah.
Happy campers.
Off they go. Boy, we're about a minute later. It's a big bender, huh?
I gotta get a net.
I'm really good at net with one hand. We've tried this before. Oh, gee. I got it that far for you.
There we go. Ah, you won't quite keep it. You won't quite keep it.
No, that's one of those 26 inchers that there seems to be a lot of.
There's a nice fish.
Beauty.
Yeah, 24.
Oh, 24 and a half. Boy, that's a nice big fat fish. Okay.
And there he goes.
All right, we've been in here, I don't know, 15 minutes, I suppose, Mark. We've been sitting here and got that little sauger and that slot walleye. Pretty good start in the day when the wind is down. You know, you really never know what you're going to get. All right, to recap, we haven't been here 20 minutes. And we got that one sauger and that slot walleye, and in a day when there's not much wind, you don't know what to expect, but suddenly, heck, pretty excited about this. All right, well, I'm waiting here for the next bite. Take a look at, I'll show you the map of what's been going on as far as I can figure out on Lake of the Woods. Here it is. We've been going across. You can see Garden Island up here and been fishing around that. Either way, if you go east, you get over to the Bridges area. There's been a lot of boats there for 3 weeks, and a lot of those big white boats, and they don't sit somewhere where they're not catching fish. So you know that had to be pretty good there. We're starting to see boats over on the west side of Garden, the area they call the West Bar. All right, I've got some X's on that place for you, and then from there they just slide right around behind Garden and get up next to Hay. Oh, that was nice. Mark's got all of them so far. Oh, I think that's that same one.
Same guy. Exactly.
But then when you figure the whole lake comes into play, there was fish over here by Pine Island, and I know that out of the War Road area, heck, they've been catching fish like crazy over there too. You get good reports everywhere. Now it's not every day, but you know, if you're fishing pick a few spots you have confidence in and stay with them because yeah, the fish are biting. Wow.
It's getting bigger.
Too big.
Too big.
Oh. Okay, well, that's our 5th fish. And we haven't been here an hour yet. 2 of them have been the big slots.
Yeah, he's
24 and a half, yeah.
Nice one.
Good walleye, you betcha. Yeah, I said you betcha. Mark's caught the first 5 fish. I don't usually switch baits, but I'm going to get a different colored jig on. He's got a gold and pink, and I've got pink. But I've gotten some interesting jigs this year from just here and there, different spots. Buddies of mine who make their own jigs, but not even ones you can buy, that have worked pretty good. I'm going to go back to one of those, and I'm going to try the yellow. Wait till you see this. It's flat. Got an eye on this side. It had an eye on this side, but the walleyes have been just crushing these. So there it is. I'm going to put this one on. The flat profile, I think, helps it fall, you know. The old rule that says if you're catching 5 fish an hour, you shouldn't move. I thought we'd move after an hour, but we may stick around here a little while longer. Frozen shiner minnows. I get people talking to me all the time saying, well, do you have to use frozen shiner minnows? I just say, well, why would you not want to use frozen shiner minnows? Chubs probably will work. Leeches and crawlers might work. But this works just about all the time. It's easy to take care of. Just keep that bag of minnows in your cooler and you're ready to go. And I got a different color, a different jig profile on. Maybe I can catch a fish. Change jigs. Uh-oh, you know what? My line broke. Ah, got it. Ah, shoot. All right, well, there's another fish down there right now. I had that new jig down, not 3 or 4 minutes. Had a nice bite, set the hook, and the line was gone. It must have been a pike that came and bit it off, or a weak spot in my leader. There's more fish out here. You know, you're stuck with the quandary. You know, how long do you stay in a spot? Because there wasn't a lot of fish around. We caught 5 fish in that first hour. By we, I mean Mark. Right? But there we go. There we go. He came right back. This is a good fish, Mark.
Okay.
Oh, so it's getting more slot-like all the time. Look at him go. Saw fish down there, and out in this deep water you'll see a lot of them, and when they're there they'll bite. It's a good fish. I'm sure it's up in the slot. It's not real hot today, but we're getting into that season where you don't want to mess around with these fish for a long time. You get a nice fish and people in the boat want to, you know, take a look at it and hold it up and drop it on the floor a few times, but you got to be careful. Nice 22 incher here. I'll give you the release here. that's 3 slots and 3 little fish in here, but there's more and more all the time.
There.
Well,
Keep.
I think that is not very big.
Not very big.
Here's another thing: if you get these little guys on, don't rip them up so fast. If you reel them up slow, they release just fine. We're in the 3rd spot now, and this is kind of where I wanted to come right away. The 2nd spot was a bust. We didn't stay there real long. Baited up, ready to go. We'll sit here for a while. Guess what, Mark?
Got a keeper?
No.
Too big.
Yeah. Ooh, look at they run out drag. That's fun. Hold it.
There he is.
That's a long, long fish there.
Got her.
Look at this one. That hook was just kind of barely in his mouth there. See how long this one is. Let's get it back in. There's a lot of these 26 inchers. Get the release going here. There she goes. Something's ringing me up here. There we go. I got him.
You got him.
He is not very big. Take it easy on him.
That's what
Just been quiet. Oh, look at this, Mark.
Well, hell, you'll keep.
It's a keeper sauger there. Today it's a keeper sauger, that's for sure.
You got a clean one.
So we've got like 14 fish. This is the 2nd one we've kept. And half of the rest of them have been too big. All right, we're set up in the 4th spot now. And we're pulling spinners. It's just a nice flat day. The lake is laid down so much that I think we want the bait moving a little bit. So we're just, there we go. I got a fish already.
Good.
I had a fish already.
You had one.
Oh, that's pretty good. Took both my shankermen. Since we don't have any leeches or crawlers along, I think to remember is Lake of the Woods fish love shiner minnows. So we're just putting, I've got a crawler harness on this one. So I'm just putting 2 shiner minnows on. I'll show it to you if I ever get it hooked up here. Come on, come on, there you go. Here's what it looks like. Yeah, and that works just fine. If we had some crawlers or some leeches, I'm sure they would be working fine too. Want to be moving 1 mile an hour, so I've got the trolling motor set at 1. There's no contour, there's no edge to follow here, it's just a big flat. So you get your bait to the bottom. Of course, you got boat wakes coming by you steady because people are running all over the lake now. And you just pull. Got one on the spinner. Here's the other keeper. Let me show you guys this. We got a crawler harness with just a hunk of gulp hanging on the back end. And that's what got our keeper. Good one, Mark. Well, we weren't going to make a whole day of this. We're about going to call her quits here, but as we get to July, the fishing stays really good on Lake of the Woods, but it changes. This deep water is going to be a real key for the rest of the summer. And the sooner you get so you can get out here and jig or pull spinners or pull crankbaits out in the double deep, the better off you're going to be. So I told you everything I know about fishing this weekend. If you're coming up for 4th of July, it should be awesome. But on a day like this, when the weather is about perfect, there's a little bit of a breeze, you're nice and comfortable in the boat, and everything's good. You're going to find that the big fish are around, the little fish are around, and those nice, good keepers that you're looking for maybe are a little bit harder to find. So anyway, Lake of the Woods, Mark Henke's in the boat with me again today, and I'm Kurt Quinnell. We'll see you soon out on the water.
North Country Outdoors Radio.